2014 is coming to an end, which is just insane to me. This year really flew by, so this is a look that I would personally wear on New Year's Eve. Tend to add a little bit of glitz and glam to your look. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. By the way, today's video is a collab with the beautiful and talented Sarah Jones. She does amazing tutorials on her channel. She is also doing a New Year's look, so definitely check that out. She'll be linked down below, or you can also click on the annotation on the screen and that will lead you to her channel. The girl is talented, so definitely check out her channel. So be sure to check that out, and if you'd like to see how I got my look, then keep watching. I'm starting off with a white base so we can get the full pigmentation of those sparkles on our lid, so I'm just covering my lid and working it all the way up to my brow, and then just blend it out. To get a really easy cat eye, I'm just adding a little bit of tape to the outer corners of my eyes so we don't have to worry about really shaping it and paying a lot of attention to it. Now, to add a little bit of warmth to the look, I decided to go with Nectar from my Lorac Pro 2 palette. I'm just going to apply this with a big fluffy blending brush into my crease. For the base for our sparkles to stick on, I'm using my Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the color Glamour Rock. And I'm just going to apply this all over my lid, avoiding my crease. So this should just give us a nice little base for the glitter to stick onto. And I thought that it was only suiting to go with a really beautiful silver glitter for my lid color, so I decided to go with Disco Ball from NYX. So I'm applying that all over the glitter base that we had applied, and it's really beautiful. It's silver all in all, but it has flecks of blue, purple, pinks, all different colors. Using my Sigma E36 brush, I'm going to add some depth to my crease with black from the Lorac Pro 2 palette, so that'll give us a beautiful, nice cut crease without disturbing any of our glitter. Now, if you're going for a serious cut crease like I am using my Sigma E45 brush just to add a little bit of an extra edge to the look. This will really pack on that pigment and give you a nice sharp cut crease. To blend out any extra harsh lines, I'm going in with Buff underneath my brow bone. I'm just going to blend everything out. When I'm working with glitter, I tend to use a gel liner just because I find it works a lot better. So I'm using my Wet n Wild gel liner, and I'm just going to apply it to my lash line and wing it out at the end to make it super dramatic. And now I'm prepping my lashes for some falsies. I'm just going to apply some pretty dramatic and wispy falsies. Moving along to the face, we'll get back to the under lash line in a second here, but I'm using my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Foundation. I'm going to apply that all over my face with my Sigma Flat Top Angled Kabuki brush. To highlight today, I'm going with the lightest shade of MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm just going to apply that in a triangle underneath my eyes, a little bit on the bridge of my nose, and a little bit on my chin as well. Blend everything out. This will just highlight the high points of your face where the light are naturally hitting, so it'll give you a nice, pronounced look to your face. Time to set those under eyes because you do not want creasing throughout the night. It's just not cute. So I'm using my Essence Stay Matte Translucent Powder and just applying that underneath my eyes. To bronze up my face today, I decided to go with my Loreal True Match in the color Cocoa, and I'm applying that all to the parts that I want to contour. So the hollows of my cheeks, the upper part of my forehead, and my jawline, a little bit on my neck as well. And then I'm just going to go ahead and blend it out with a big fluffy stippling brush so we don't get any harsh lines. And for the contouring of my nose, I have been finding myself using Taupe from the Lorac Pro palette quite often. I really like the shade of it and the way that it turns out. So I'm just going to contour my nose. I'm speeding through this, but if you want a really in-depth tutorial on this, let me know. So cute, so cute. Be sure to really blend those lines out. Going in with my e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in the color Medium, I'm just going to fill in my brows. It is very, very important to fill in your brows when you're doing a dramatic eye look. If you don't have the frame to the eyes, which is your eyebrow, you're gonna look a little crazy. So definitely fill in those brows. I definitely wanted to use a really glittery highlighter for this look since it is New Year's Eve and you can totally go all out. So I'm using my Wet n Wild highlighter and I'm just going to apply it with this fan brush here. For my cheeks, I decided to go with a really muted peachy color, so I went with Heavenly from Sigma, and I'm just going to apply this to the apples of my cheeks. For New Year's Eve, I just go all out, so I decided to go with a bold lip as well. So I'm using Plush Plum from Jordana, and I'm going to line my lips and fill them in. I'm only using this color. I really like the way that it turned out, but if it's too much for you, go for a nude and it won't be as dramatic, but you know, New Year's Eve is a time to go dramatic, so just go for it, right? And last but definitely not least, we are going back to our lower lash line. I'm using Cool Gray from the Lorac Pro Palette and smudging that underneath my lash line, starting from the outside and working my way in. And then I'm just going to coat it in a thick coat of mascara. And that is it for this look. I really appreciate you guys watching. I hope you have an amazing new year, and I cannot wait to see what 2015 brings for all of us. So have a happy new year, and I'll talk to you all next time. Bye!